Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your three hosts. And sadly, not sadly, he's spending time with his family this week, having his Thanksgiving dinner. So, Eddie Kingston, aka John, man, enjoy your time with your family. We'll see you next week. But I am, of course, Odin's greatest creation, the gift of this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Lakota Carter, and I'm here once again with my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, Mr. Magic Fingers himself. And man, what a history-making week we had with this past week of WWE, just all wrestling in general, from what I
Oh yeah, it
saw,
wasn't just WWE that was
was
history making,
crazy.
my friend. It wasn't just
Yep.
WWE. And to be honest, I don't even want to start with WWE.
Mm-mm.
I want to start with AEW
Yes.
because holy shit,
Yeah.
was that? I mean, the the way that show started, the title alone should have given you the heads up that you were in for a kids go in the other room type of night,
Yep.
because history was made for sure,
Yeah.
because they had a first ever women's blood and guts massive cage match, and the women did not disappoint. And Miss
No.
Sky Blue, ma'am, I hope you are getting rehydrated, relaxing, and just rejuvenating the fluids, everything, because how you survived through and walked away from that, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't 5 minutes into that match, and she was already losing more than like 9 people would, just donating blood. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
She was the equivalent of a female John Moxley um in
And she
this
wasn't the only
match.
one. She
No,
wasn't the only one in that match, but
no,
she started it, and just wow.
no.
And the men's match, they took a while to get opened up, and you thought that, with the way they normally do their matches,
Yeah,
that was expected. The women said, "Hold my beer,"
yeah, and watch this shit.
and Tony Storm being in that match, she was gonna bring the creativity, and she did, but she wasn't the only one. The
Yep.
bed of nails was brought out, and then just,
Gosh.
oh my gosh, like, I've watched that I don't know how many times since Wednesday night, and just the creativity, and then
Yeah.
the broken wine bottles in that bucket, and the way Tony just had the reversible tape on her knuckles and was just putting her hands in and just punching people with it, and just, oh my gosh, ladies,
It was an
bravo.
Axel Rotten special there, of course.
Bravo, ladies. You
Yes.
did one hell of a job.
Yeah.
And then the one time I was happy to see Mercedes Moné with all 11 belts, because she actually put all 11 of them to good use. That was brilliant.
Yes.
That was the only reason I could see having that many belts, is because she actually used them as weapons. So kudos for that idea.
Yeah. And I think the big takeaway from this match was we don't see women do shit like this
No, no.
anymore. And so when the match started, I was kind of like, okay, this will probably be the weakest out of the two.
That's
Just
why they probably
because
started with it.
because
No.
um about I would say a minute and 30 seconds into this match, Sky Blue gets color, and it's not just
Oh, before that, dude. Before that,
okay.
when Nightingale grabbed her by the hair
Yeah,
and started pulling her own version of Claudio's, swinging her around.
yeah,
And it was literally just by the hair. There was no, I got you by the head. It was by the hair. Like, oh, dude.
yeah.
I knew we were in for a trip.
Yeah, it was a trip to say the least, and I think the women um really elevated the AEW's women's division, in my opinion, that has
Yes.
been really weak as of recent months.
WWE stepped your game up.
Yes. And here's the thing. Like, there's people that watch our show that are like, oh, AEW is a secondary company. If you still think that, you're full of shit.
Yeah. Big
Like,
time.
people that
Big
don't watch
time.
AEW and call yourself a wrestling fan, I don't think you can. because AEW since it started, and I have been watching since it started. I've been bearing the flag for the longest time. I watched them and didn't watch WWE.
Right.
And they fell off for me for a couple months. And I got back with WWE. WWE has great storytelling right now, great matches, great
Right. Right.
booking. But AEW, I always have this kind of, yeah, that's my company, like that feeling. I'm sure, back in the day, I wasn't around for it, but Drew, you were. I'm sure that's what it felt like in the Monday Night War in a
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
where you were like, no, I'm a
There for a while,
WCW
you only
guy.
watched one of the two
Yeah,
brands because they were
yeah,
doing better.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, um, and kudos to Tony Storm, man. Kudos
Dude,
to Tony Storm.
dude, the way those women found a way to escape the cage, the non-normal way, because they were
Yeah,
small enough to be able to climb through the barrier the way they did, was
yeah.
brilliant.
They
And
climbed
even
through the support
Shivani was
beam.
just like, I've never seen that before. And just,
Yeah, yeah.
but the way that match ended was just brutal,
And brilliant.
physically and mentally. But again, yeah, just well written and brilliant.
Yeah, I
But
would love to
you
find out.
saw the way that when the match was officially over
Hmm.
and they let Tony go, psychologically, I wonder if that wasn't something extremely real as well.
Yeah,
Because you could see those shots that she was giving
were
with her
brilliant.
feet were not holding back.
Mm,
Those were solid, real kicks
yeah,
that were being delivered. And I don't know if those were receipts or what. She was not holding back. And she didn't care that she was laying on broken bottles, broken mirror, broken
no,
glass, whatever you want to call it. She did not care of whatever injury she was giving herself. She was laying her body over top of her friend to protect her. There's something extremely real they're bringing onto the screen.
yeah,
And it's unfortunate that that brings the best story,
yeah,
but it is very beautifully written right now.
hmm,
I just hope that mentally there's no serious falling out and that everybody's going to be okay on it.
yeah,
But at the same time, it grabbed your heart. It really did. And
yeah.
you couldn't help the evolution that Tony's persona is coming out right now is just very powerful since she
Hmm.
lost the belt. And you really can't help but just feel for her right now.
Yeah, you can't help but feel that emotion because I think we would all do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and
Yep.
that's the beautiful thing about wrestling. I have sent clips to my dad who is not a big wrestling fan. And he kept saying, "Well, that's fake glass. It's a fake mirror." Because I showed him the shot that Tony Storm took with the mirror. Because they fucking decked her with that goddamn mirror shot.
Yeah.
They just said,
Yeah.
"Hold this, bitch." Um,
Yeah.
and I said, "No, that's 100% real glass. That's 100% real barbed wire that they use,
Yep.
nails, 100%." And he couldn't believe it.
That bed of
Um,
nails. Oh, I'm so glad I was already sitting down.
yeah, me too. Me
And as
too.
soon as I saw her fall on that, I immediately did one of
Yeah.
these and
Yeah, yeah, it's AEW has really impressed me. I think their weekly input has been amazing. The only thing I didn't like about this show, and I'll talk about that after I talk about this next match. If I had to give that women's star, a star rating, it would probably be a 5 star for me.
oh yeah,
Just because I
definitely.
think it elevated their division. Excuse me, elevated their division so much that it's got me excited for this women's tag team tournament now, which I didn't
Yeah.
care about
And
before.
they've only got what next weekend I think is the next pay-per-view for them.
Mm-hmm.
So to see how that's going to go, oh, bring it on.
It's going to be great.
Bring it
Um,
on.
let's jump over to the another match that I want to talk about, and that's that Falls Count Anywhere match between Hobbs and
Hobbs.
Hangman.
Oh, that was good.
It was
That
really
was
good,
good.
really good. And I'm a notorious Hangman hater in a
Yeah.
way. Um,
But he's
but
evolved as well since he got the belt.
yeah, yeah. So my thing with Hangman is, I'm not saying the guy's not talented, but would he be in the position that he is if his best friends weren't the guys that are booking the matches? I don't think so. Like I
I,
don't
I,
think
I
so.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying,
Mhm.
but he's he's starting to prove it slowly each
Slowly but
time.
surely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and this match was brutal. I think it solidified Hobbs as this unhinged monster,
yeah.
is what he should have been booked as in the first place.
Originally,
Yeah.
yes.
And so, I'm a big Hobbs fan. I've met Hobbs. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Um, I followed Hobbs from the Indies. So um to see him,
He is what they should have brought Big E in as.
yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Um, and of course, the heel turn from Samoa Joe happened a few weeks
Yes,
ago as well, the heel turn of the ops. And yeah, man, that world
but
strongest
that
slam on those,
fall at the end,
yeah.
jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, it
and the
was brutal.
way that big ass speaker case or whatever it was
Yep.
that fell on at the end,
Yeah.
like that, I was really worried because that looked
Yeah. Painful.
that one had me nervous.
Yeah, it did. It did. It had me nervous. And there's one thing with that. I have a critique with that spot, and I'll tell you why. It's just with this spot in general. We've seen it 1,000 times. Somebody falls to the equipment blocks. Of course, Mick Foley did it first, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
in the Attitude Era. We have the Sparks. The one detail as a booker that I would add is I would shut the entire lights of the building off for like 10 seconds
Yep.
and just have them flicker back on. Um, that's always been my critique with that match. Like, yeah, we see all these sparks, and it's supposed to be this equipment box and this electrical box, but the lights on the arena stay on.
Yeah.
But that world's strongest slam on the steps. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just seeing that whole like his body
Yeah.
just buckle the way it did and just go limp. Just
Yeah, great finish, and I think it furthered the interest because I'm not gonna lie, I love Samoa Joe, but I really wasn't caring about this world title match coming up until the cage match stipulation that was laid out at the end of this match. I think they're going to beat the piss out of each other. I think it's going to be bloody. I think it's going to be violent. So I'm very excited for that. Anything else you want to touch on this match before we move on to the main event?
no, I mean I was not really that match, but I was just really happy to see Steamboat out there right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge
Mm-hmm.
surprise. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, they were in North Carolina.
Yep.
And when it comes to North Carolina, it's Ric Flair and Steamboat
Yep.
are
That's
names that are just solidified in wrestling royalty. So you go anywhere, you mention those two names, everyone over the age of 30, at least, I hope, knows those names in North Carolina. So
yeah.
um yeah, it was great to see him. And as soon as I heard FTR's music, I knew there was going to be some kind of a turn. The fact that they attacked him, and then you saw Bandito come out and Brody King. I was very happy to see that.
Yep.
Somebody came out to help him out, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I love that Steamboat got a shot in as well, but it just I
Yeah. And
when
so
when they're messing with legends, man,
yeah, you get
it gets the
uncomfortable.
blood boiling.
So I will say that's very effective because I was at the first Dynamite in West Virginia, in Charleston, West Virginia in 2019. It was a few short months, like it was a few short weeks after Dynamite started. So this was like when Cody and Jericho were feuding over the belt. And
Right.
I can't remember who attacked them, but it was the Rock and Roll Express. And that whole building like was ready to fucking fight somebody. I
Yeah.
was ready to fight somebody because those are 70-year-old men.
Oh
Granted,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
main event in ASW shows, but Casey King can't get a main event. But that's another gripe that we can discuss for another day about an ASW
Right.
episode. So yeah, I was happy to see Steamboat. I popped. My wife had no clue who Steamboat was, because she didn't grow up. She's not a historian yet. She's working on it.
She's making her way up.
And so I had to explain to her, yeah, back in the 80s and early 90s, Steamboat and Flair, those two names were synonymous with each other. And they're one of the greatest NWA feuds and
Oh yeah.
WCW feuds to
Huge.
ever exist. Um, right up there with Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, in my opinion.
Right.
Steamboat and Savage had probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time at WrestleMania 3.
Yep.
So I had to explain that to her, and then she was like, that spot where the power driver almost happened. She was like, no, you can't do that to Grandpa. You're going to kill him. No. And then Brodito came out, and she gets into it. Like, she's a fan and she understands the business, but she's still a kayfabe fan because she's enjoying wrestling for the first time. So there's a lot of things when it happens, she's like, that just happened. They're going to do this. So that's enjoyable for me to see her experience the stuff that I experienced when I was 13, 14.
Oh yeah, it's like when we first saw Bubba Ray take what's her face off of doing the bomb off of the ring, or off of the Titantron area, off the ramp onto the tables.
Or the McGillicuddy spot in WCW where they broke her neck.
Yeah.
Like legit broke her neck. So those spots for me will never get old. Get those legends in there. Let them, if they're healthy enough, drop them on their head. Well,
and they also flat out told them too, look, if we're going to do this, you're going to do it right.
Yeah.
Don't you, just because I'm older, we're going to give the fans what they want, and you're not going to just, toss me and do a soft spot. You're going to do the right thing here.
Yeah. I mean, credit to Mae Young, who really solidified herself as one of the toughest women I've ever seen in my life. She was 80 years old taking power bombs off the stage. Yep. So, but moving on to the main event, since we covered Steamboat and covered that, man, I will say this before I'm going to let you go second because I know you love that match. I think we all love that match. At first, we said, the women are going to have the better match. But as that men's match progressed, it was the best match of the night.
Yes.
The only critique I had with it was the Mark Briscoe stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And the commercials.
And the commercials. Just make that final 40 minutes commercial free. For fuck's sake.
That or leave the two screens up like they were doing, where the one screen had the commercial, the other screen lets you see what was still going on.
Yeah.
And we would be fine.
Yeah.
But then when it got to really being good, they just had the screen for the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, let's cut the crap.
Mm-hmm. And so here's the crazy thing that I don't like. They did this whole thing with Mark Briscoe where he was attacked by the Don Callis family backstage, and he was gone for half the match. Now, it might be just the Mark in me, but I was hoping to hear Elevated and see the greatest wrestler on the planet today, Will Ospreay, show up and do what Will Ospreay does best.
Yeah, I was hoping for a replacement.
Now, to me, that's who would have made the most sense, because he's got beef with the Don Callis family. He's got beef with the Death Riders. I mean, the Death Riders are the people that took him out. So I was like, oh my God, we're getting my boy back. And then it kind of just felt like they did it for nothing because he came out anyway. And
he seemed like he was fine.
Yeah, it just seemed like, they did it for absolutely nothing. The suspense was disappointment. Not that I don't love Mark Briscoe. But
yeah, JR did a good job when he came out there. So
when you're going to do something and you have this story with Ospreay that we know he can only go after the Death Riders when he comes back.
Right.
So,
and that's going to be one hell of a story when he comes back.
Oh my God. And I know people tell me all the time, man, you're the biggest Will Ospreay dick rider on the internet. I don't give a fuck. To me, that there is nobody in the business, and yes, quote me on this, that can out wrestle Will Ospreay. If somebody booked a broomstick versus Will Ospreay match, I would be 100% there for that match because I know that he could work with a fucking trash bag and it would be entertaining. He is the best wrestler on the planet. So that was my only critique with the main event. Of course, the baby faces did end up getting the victory. I thought the finish was very creative and good.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder how many more matches are the Death Riders going to allow Moxley to tap out on and quit before they turn on him?
Well, see, I think they're slowly building that, and you can kind of see it a little bit. To me, I think the next leader of the Death Riders is Claudio.
Yeah.
not that I don't like Wheeler or Danny, because I love me some Danny Garcia and Wheeler, but Claudio needs that spot. He's a main event guy, and he's a guy that is super talented.
Yes.
And I'm historically a John Moxley hater.
Long overdue.
And I've explained my hatred for John Moxley on my TikTok. If you guys haven't
Yep.
checked those videos out, go check it out. But my hatred for that guy is this: he can't wrestle. Now let me explain. In every match, whether it's a Dynamite match, whether it's this, he has to get color to get a reaction.
Yeah.
The only thing that he is good at is promos. He cannot wrestle. And a lot of people are going to get pissed off. Oh, Moxley's, one of the... No, he's not. Because every time that John Moxley's in a match, it's usually has a stipulation. That's what makes us care. And the people you put him with. He can't go out and have a 5-star match with a mid-carder. He can't do it. He's not that guy. You have to either put him in a fucking Texas death match or put him in a fucking crazy blood and guts match to make him interesting. And I've had that critique since he showed up in AEW. I still think it's one of the greatest AEW debuts of all time because he was released from WWE the day before his contract ran out. And, that was one of the greatest debuts of all
He's the
time.
only one that didn't have the non-compete.
Yeah. And so, him showing up the day after he got released from WWE, I'm pretty sure it was the day, it might have been a couple weeks afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it was the day after, and making that impact and attacking Kenny Omega. And, but yeah, I've always said this about the guy, and I'll stand on that heel. He is not a wrestler. Like he's a gimmick match guy, which there's nothing wrong with that. Is his matches entertaining depending on who you put him with? Yes. But is he going if they say, hey, it's a regular match, just for the title, and he's against somebody like a Christian? Am I going to care about that main event? No. Is he going to get color in it? Yeah, because that's the only thing he's got going for him. That was my only critique with this match. I thought the stuff they did on top of the cages was great.
Yes.
I really got scared for Mark Briscoe because there was a table at the bottom of that, and I thought Wheeler was going to throw him off.
He looked like he was going to jump himself.
Yeah, and that's what I was scared of because I've historically said this about AEW, and it could be because I follow this guy from the Indies all the time, and he gets hate now online because he credits, people are like, oh, he gave Matt Hardy a concussion. Sammy Guevara, if you guys don't remember, he had I believe it was a Falls Count Anywhere match with Matt Hardy, and they were on top of the scaffolding, and Matt fell and hit his head, and you could clearly tell he didn't know where he was. And instead of that match being, hey, let's stop this and make sure he's all right, let's just stop it for a second and see if he even knows where the fuck he is. They let the match continue, and they've been very reckless with their performers. I think, poor Adam Cole is another name that comes to mind. Adam Cole, I believe, is, and I will say this, and I don't know him personally. I don't know the guy personally. I've never met the guy. I met his ex-girlfriend, Britt Baker, but I've never met him. I think he was in a spot where he was afraid to say, no, I'm not doing that, because his friends run this company, and if he says, no, I'm not doing that spot, they're going to get mad or whatever. And if you guys remember that power bomb on the apron that he took, that was one of the worst things I've seen, because it wasn't a typical apron power bomb. Usually on an apron power bomb, their back takes the most of the brunt. Now that shit's still going to hurt.
Yep. You're still going to feel it.
It's technically safe.
Mm-hmm.
But when he took that power bomb, his neck just took the brunt of that impact. And I know for a fact he had a concussion after that. And that possibly we might not ever see him wrestle again. So, And that makes me upset.
Yeah, it's one amazing talent we've basically lost. So
Yeah. Yeah.
him and Boogie
Yeah. And
with the
so,
neck injuries.
and, just wrestling is a brutal sport and people don't realize that. And yes,
Can
I
do.
called it a sport because it needs to be recognized as one. Um, this main event was insane. It was good. They had glass. Moxley was crawling in the glass trying not to tap out.
And then
Um,
everybody's bringing all these massive weapons or whatever to the ring.
yeah,
Moxley brings a damn fork. Like,
yeah.
come on.
And
And he put that bad boy to use too as soon as he got in there.
fucking Kyle O'Reilly needs to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
He got the absolute shit beat out of him in this match.
Yep.
It reminded me, and I think you're gonna go, whoa, that's a bold statement, but it reminded me of Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. It was that
No,
violent.
I think that's pretty damn accurate.
It was very, very violent and very,
Yes. But
and
that is when the violence truly started, though, is when Moxley got the fork out.
yeah,
Prior to
and
that, it was still pretty mild.
yeah,
I mean, it was a typical cage match, but it was when he got the fork out is when it truly amped up the violence. And then they amped it up even more when they got the uh, lighter fluid out and they threw
yes.
Darby on the damn tables that were on fire.
Darby Allin, when he is 40 years old, will be in a wheelchair and need
Yeah.
DDP yoga.
If
There
not
is,
sooner.
if not sooner. This dude is crazy. He's a daredevil. Of course, they had that igniting table spot, which we never see. I think the last time we seen it in AEW was Cody and Andrade, where Cody gave him a reverse suplex, so face first instead of back first, through a flaming fucking table. And Darby didn't, he outdid that. He said, fuck it, just
Yeah.
throw
Pac
me.
just threw him off the
Yep.
top of the those massive speakers.
Yep. He just said, fuck it. They were on top of the tunnel, the entrance tunnel.
Oh yeah, the entry tunnel.
And fucking Hobbs just chucks him, man. Just fuck it. Figure out where you're gonna land.
And he's all
And,
what, 170 pounds, and just
yeah, just threw him. And Darby landed on the table and Darby landed safe, but I know that shit hurt.
oh yeah,
I know he
the
had
safest you
burns.
can land on those. I mean,
Yeah. I know he had burns and everything on his
oh
back
yeah,
that he could possibly
easily,
have. So
easily. But
overall, AEW this week, anything you want to touch on the main event?
that was pay-per-view quality
Yes.
on a weekly TV show.
Yes.
And they did not have to have it later at night for, certain things to be shown on TV. It wasn't like it was nudity or anything like that,
Mhm.
but it pushed the boundaries of what could be shown on standard cable TV.
Yeah.
And it was chef's kiss. Just
Yeah.
congrats, AEW. Great job, Tony Khan, and to all that were involved. Congratulations. I mean, again, I hope everybody is resting, recovering, licking your wounds
They
because
got
there
a
was
pay per view a week from today as we're recording this. They have a pay per
yeah,
view a week from today.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'm looking forward to that as well to see how everyone's going to continue on the stories. But that they did an amazing job, and I hope the women can have another blood and guts match themselves. They can have this each year. It's not going to be just the men because women, ladies, you earned it. Congratulations.
the only thing I'll say about this weekend that I'm glad we have multi screen, and I don't think you know about this. Do you know the YouTubers Chris Danger and BDE?
I've heard of them.
They are going to be going one on one for the Revolver Championship in Pro Wrestling Revolver, a one on one match for the first time ever. Chris Danger versus BDE this Saturday at 8 p.m. And I'm glad we have multi screen because I have watched those guys since I was 8 years old. And to say that I'm really excited about that, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. And I'm definitely going to be multi screening because I'm not missing arguably the greatest, other than AJ Storm, which is myself, the greatest fictional professional wrestler about the life in Chris Danger. and BDE are going to tear the house down. I'm so excited for those guys. Of course, our thoughts go out. Of course, Drew is learning about this for the first time, but a week ago or a couple weeks ago, Chris and his beautiful girlfriend Michelle had a miscarriage. So Chris, man, all of our thoughts go out to you, and I love you, and I will be a fan of you for the rest of my life. You're so wholesome, you're so humble, and you deserve everything that's coming to you, man, because you are one hell of a performer. And our thoughts are with you, man, and just tear down the house this weekend because I know you guys are going to do it, and can't wait to see it.
Hey, Chris, as someone who's been in those shoes before, man,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
sucks having a miscarriage.
yeah.
It happened to my wife and I,
Yeah.
night of our wedding, and it absolutely sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But keep at it; it will be
Yeah,
better.
I
And
want
when you do have that munchkin, finally, um, it will be worth it. So,
Baby Dangerous coming soon. And the thing, and I know we're off topic, but I just want to talk about it more because I watched his video where he just sat down and talked. Um, and as a guy who has looked up to him, and because I'm a content creator, that's what I want my future income to be. And so
right?
I look at people like BDE and Chris Danger who started from making Call of Duty and 2K videos, and BDE just had an incredible match with AJ Francis on TNA. Um, it hurt my soul to hear him sit down and talk because he said what bothered him the most was when they went to the first appointment, they heard the heartbeat. And
Yeah.
then when they went to the emergency room again, they didn't hear it.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Yeah.
And I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine, um, as you guys know, I have two dogs, and me and my wife have tried for years to have kids, and we're not sure if it's possible. So our dogs are like our kids. Um, so I couldn't imagine one day seeing my babies, and that's what I call them, breathing, and then the next day it's just not there. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. That's yeah.
but Chris, man, you're gonna tear the fucking house down, and you're gonna show people who exactly the fuck you are. So I'm really excited to see your match this weekend, man, and hopefully one day we'll have you on the show. Um, hopefully, because you've impacted me in such a positive way, you and Brandon both. Um, and our thoughts go out to you. But moving forward to, you want to talk about Raw or SmackDown
Let's
first?
talk raw. Let's talk raw. Let's do them in order.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna throw it off to you. You're my bounce off guy. So give me your
Dude, we
takes.
saw the Never Seen 17 come out in his hometown of Boston. Came out there just to say thank you, Boston, for all the love and support you've given me over the years. And then, of all people, Dominic Guerrero comes out to spoil the moment and tell everybody I've got the bigger britches than everybody in the ring. I'm better than you ever were. Yada, yada, yada. Running his mouth, and everyone in town decides to tell him, hey, you put your foot in your mouth. You've screwed up. And then Triple H just looks at him and says, hey, you know what? I kind of agree with everybody here in town. You will defend that title, that Intercontinental title. Seems like a pretty good time of now. Give me a referee because you're facing against Cena right here, right now. And then Mr. Never Seen 17 finally became a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah,
And it brought a tear to my eye.
me too.
It was absolutely beautiful. And, I have to say, as much as it sounds like I'm shitting on Dom, it's not.
No,
Because he did put on the big boy shoes, big boy pants, and went out there and, as some people might say, made a fool of himself.
mm,
Attaboy. You did a
yeah,
hell of a job going out there. You didn't go out there in front of everybody and thousands of people and get scared and stutter or whatever. You did the job you were assigned and tasked to do, and you did a great job at it. You are the future of the company, and you did a hell of a job. And as much as the story shows that you're embarrassed of your dad, um, of Ray or of Eddie or whatever the case, um, congratulations, Dom. You will hold that gold one day.
Yeah.
It's not now, but you are the future of WWE. And
No doubt.
congratulations, because that's exactly what John did for you, was elevate your career
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah.
He might have taken the gold from you, might feel like you got buried, according to the internet, apparently, but gold's coming to you, young man, and you will shine in the WWE as long as you don't do anything stupid with your life outside of it. Um, you're gonna have big things coming to you, dude. But yeah, that was a hell of a way to start off Raw for sure.
Yeah, and
Hell
I'm
of a
like
way to
you.
start off.
I'm like you with this internet talk. People that are saying Dom got buried are just idiots that don't understand the business.
Yeah.
To me, that's that they don't understand the business. To me, Dominic Guerrero showed that he is a top guy
Yes.
because anybody in his position, that's easy to fall under that pressure.
Yep.
You are the guy that will be put in the record books that made John Cena a Grand Slam champion in his
Yep.
hometown. So for him to come out and make that statement and that unbelievable, hey, I'm out here as young as he is, most people would fall under that pressure. And
Yes. Yes.
he didn't. It was a great match. It was cool. It lasted a little bit longer than what I thought it would, but
It was a great match, and the fact that no one interfered with it was even
was
better.
even better.
I love the fact there was no interference on either side to make Dom lose it or to interfere for Dom. I love that there was no interference at all.
Yeah.
But I have to say, um, Mean Gene Jr. Um, uh, what is his actual
Joe
name?
Tessitore.
Yes, thank you. I keep saying Mean Gene Jr. because really, when you close your eyes, you just hear the man talk. It sounds like
Mean
young
Gene.
Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he said it absolutely perfect after John won that title. Boston needs to hang a banner in their stadium for John Cena for all the titles he's won. And whether they want to say that wrestling's not a real sport or whatever, if they're going to have the banners for the Celtics um, in that arena, they need to have it in there for the respect for Cena as well, because he is their hometown boy who has done. He is the greatest of all time for wrestling. They need to have a banner for him as well.
I'm gonna make a bold statement and I'm gonna blow the internet up. John Cena is the greatest athlete to ever come to Boston and out of Boston.
I
He
won't disagree with you.
he is the guy that took this small town in Boston, West Newbury, Massachusetts, and made it a name staple. Everybody knows
Yep.
West Newbury. Even if you've never been to West Newbury, you know West
You know
Newbury,
because of him.
Massachusetts. Yep.
You know because of him.
And again, I'm a big Cena guy. I'm a Cena kid. Cena helped raise me. So y'all better strap your seats because I got a lot to say. John Cena is the undisputed. There is no argument, no debate, no fighting it anymore. Greatest professional wrestler of all time.
Yep.
There's no argument. There's none. Some people might say Jerry the King Lawler is the greatest. No, there's no argument. None. There's none. The guy who literally was almost fired, resurrected his own career with a rapping gimmick, and was the most hated man in the business for the longest time, is now getting his goddamn flowers, and it took him long enough.
Yep.
I bawled like a baby because for me, I would not be sitting in this chair if it wasn't for two people. And that's John Cena and CM Punk. John Cena made me, I had a great father figure. My dad's my hero. But John Cena helped raise me. John Cena gave me my moral values to be the person I am today. And I can't say how heartbreaking it is for me December 13th is going to be a rough night for me. A rough night. And for some people, Hulk Hogan. Okay. Did you holler at him? Tell him tell him and Angel I'm gonna hop on 2K for a little bit with Andrew after this, and then I'll be on back on Fort. Okay. But what was I saying? Sorry, guys. Oh, December 13th. I will not be the almost 23-year-old man you're seeing here talking to you today. I'll be that 5-year-old kid that woke up on Christmas morning and had a WWE championship laying in his floor and a John Cena standee.
Yep.
It's going to break my heart. And, they say, well, you shouldn't cry over wrestling. Drew has heard me tear up and get excited, but on December 13th, he's going to hear what it sounds like to hear a grown man's childhood end in front of him.
Dude, you won't be alone.
I'm going to bawl my eyes out.
You won't be alone, dude.
Probably the entire match. I'm not going to lie.
Especially depending on who his final opponent is.
I just really thought about my mom. My dad. Sorry. Oh.
Take a moment, man. You're good.
My dad was always at work, and I never went without. But there's a lot of things that my dad didn't get to teach me about life. And wrestling taught me so much about life and about myself. But John Cena isn't just a professional wrestler to me. He is what made me understand that just because we're all different doesn't mean we can't be superhuman. And I've held it together this whole retirement tour, but man, it's getting closer. And this time of year is really rough for me because my mom's been gone for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And I just, I finished my last shift at my first job that I'll be getting a paycheck for. And I had to stop myself the other day, and I'm going off a tangent with wrestling, but I've really been thinking about her a lot. I have her number in my phone still. And I called that number, and it rang 5 times, and then it hit me. I was so proud of myself, and I just wanted to tell her, and I couldn't. And I want to tell her that Cena's doing great stuff right now, and I can't. And she was always the one that would turn on the pay-per-views, and my dad would make sure that we watched WrestleMania every year. And my love for wrestling isn't just, oh, I love wrestling. Wrestling was my escape. Wrestling was everything. When mom and dad were screaming and fighting each other because I come from a broken home, for lack of a better term. Wrestling was that one thing that, yeah, I might hear, fuck you, everything. But that was my escape. And John Cena showed me what a role model is supposed to be. And I'm forever grateful for the memories, the times when I didn't want to get out of bed because my legs were hurting. There's so much, but this podcast cannot go 6 hours long. So, John Cena, if you ever see this when I'm standing up on Hall of Fame stage one day, because by God, I will be, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and not just from a wrestling fan, but from a human being standpoint. December 13th, a part of me is going to be crushed. And to see him hold that title over his head one day, man, it gave me goosebumps. I got goosebumps talking about it. Because that
one was special because of the fact that it looks like a small belt buckle on him.
It does. So lighten the mood back up. Just seeing him hold that championship, it gave me goosebumps. And, that was the one blemish on his career.
Yep.
There is no blemish now.
No asterisk on his career at all anymore.
The only asterisk that we have on his career is one name, and it's Brock Lesnar. I said at the beginning of the year that I didn't want Brock Lesnar to be his final opponent.
It's possible that could still happen.
But how fucking fitting would it be on Monday? Because we don't know who that mystery guy is. I am holding out hope that it's Zilla Fatu, because that would be awesome. But what if it is Brock Lesnar?
Well, I mean, speaking of that tournament, to get back on track a little bit, we saw Rusev defeat Damian Priest.
Yes.
We saw Sheamus defeat Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
So we're getting a banger coming up.
Yeah.
Against them two, once again.
They're going to beat the piss out of each other.
Which is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
We also saw a surprise, not so surprise Monday night as well.
Yeah.
We saw one hell of a match between La Primera and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But we saw what we knew was just going to be only a matter of time in Nikki Bella making another not really surprise heel turn, wannabe heel turn, and attack Stephanie after the match.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's really going to lead to anything, except for seeing maybe a darker side of La Primera, which I'm all for, because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But we also find out that this Monday, Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree go one more time. And I really hope Maxine gets the belt this time.
Yeah,
which I think she absolutely has. She's
arguably the most improved wrestler of the year, in my opinion. I think she's done great things, and I think she looks better in the ring. So why not? Let Becky go be with Seth. Let him heal. Let her be there. And let Maxine drop it to somebody, that. Let her drop it to Natalya. Oh, my gosh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Buddy, who I just got really excited.
The Natalya that we saw in Bloodsport.
Yeah, give me
Triple A.
Yeah, give me Natty. Don't give me Natalya. Give me Natty, bro. For real.
But we got to see who the women's War Games are going to be. And I'm all for that mommy return.
Yeah, me too.
And especially every single time she's returned for War Games, she's always had some kind of mask on.
Yeah.
Which has made it even better.
So here's my one critique with that. I'm glad to see Rhea back, and I'm glad to see all this stuff. But this match just feels thrown together.
Not as bad as the one from SmackDown.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, this whole pay-per-view. I mean, yeah.
And whatnot, that this one at least feels like it's a longer storyline. It's been worked on a bit.
Yeah. I mean, the War Games is one of my favorite match types. The Survivor Series for the last couple of years has been one of my most look forward to pay-per-views. I'm really looking forward to this show. But the War Games matches this year are kind of meh to me.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm sure they'll be great, but
I was shocked to see that Charlotte and Alexa lost the titles.
I was too. I can't say I was, because I actually predicted that.
I was shocked to see who they lost them to.
Yeah.
Let me change that up then. I'm shocked who they lost them to.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking they would have kept them and then maybe had a ladder match, because they've been building the women's tag team division.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking maybe a fatal 4-way ladder match or something, fatal 5-way something. And then they lose the titles that way. But to lose them to the Kabuki Warriors, and then I don't know. It's just something just felt off on the way they lost it, or who they lost it to, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But let's transition over to SmackDown.
Yep.
Because SmackDown, really the only thing I really felt from SmackDown that was really great was the surprise entrant for the tournament.
I have another thing I want to talk about. Is it okay if I go first?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So I want to talk about Ilya Dragunov.
Okay.
This dude has consistently, and I'm adding a new topic I want us to go over with every week, a superstar of the week.
Okay.
For consistent week after week, Ilya Dragunov just keeps putting on these fucking matches.
I cannot disagree with you there.
Like, I can see him as a world champion. Like, I want him to be world champion before Sami Zayn.
The fact that he survived that massive torpedo DDT whatever deal that
hasn't been seen since Halloween Havoc 1997 with Eddie and Ray.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was just amazing to see.
And some people were like, man, that was cool. I can't believe Axiom invented that. I've been seeing that online. Like, please go and watch what is my favorite cruiserweight match of all time, Halloween Havoc 1997, and then come back to me. I had a fanboy moment right there where I flipped the fuck out. I was like, oh, it's the front flip DDT from Halloween Havoc 1997. And my wife looks at me and goes, what are you talking about? I was like, you don't know yet, but you're going to know soon. Like, oh, like I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, they just paid homage to one of the greatest cruiserweight championship matches of all time. Yep. And just the way that he can, not saying that these people that he's working with aren't talented, but the way he can take these mid-carders and elevate them to make you feel like, holy shit, why are these guys in the mid-card?
Right.
He blows my mind. The dude's moveset is amazing. I actually stole one of his moves from my 2K moveset, the H-bomb that I call Zod's hammer from Superman General Zod. I stole that from him. Like, the dude is just consistently putting out banger after banger after banger every week.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, I want to see him win the world championship before Sami Zayn. I know that's not going to happen. But the way I would book it is you would have him win the World Heavyweight Championship, right? And then the main event for WrestleMania 42, night one, is Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov for the World Championship. And for those of you who are going, well, that makes no sense. What do you go back and watch NXT UK? Come back to me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I literally just got that the other day again.
They beat the fuck out of each other.
Yes, they did. The way he was smacking him in the back of the neck, too, that entire time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He is Gunther's kryptonite. Now, a lot of you that are not watching and are not like historians like me and Drew are going to be like, well, no, Sami Zayn's his kryptonite. No. The one man that Gunther has always struggled against and has never been able to fully put down is Ilya Dragunov.
Same way that Io Sky is with Rhea Ripley.
Yes. So now he's beaten Ilya, but Ilya's always came back and then beat the fuck out of him even harder.
Yep.
So,
and I'm talking about punish him.
So one thing I do want to touch before we go on to that mystery person is Monday's bracket got revealed. Of course, we had that mystery guy with Solo, who I hope and pray is Zilla, main one, Zilla Fatu, because I think that would be the perfect way to bring him in. And they did say they don't even have to work here.
So right.
Bring Zilla in, make me pop, bring Uma, and it would make sense because who uses the Samoan spike? Solo. Who is Zilla Fatu? The son of the inventor of the Samoan spike, the Samoan bulldozer, my favorite bloodline member of all time, Umaga. Let it happen. But one thing I will say, man, Gunther got
what were the names again that were mentioned Monday night?
So we have for Monday night, it's to compete in the next round for Monday, coming up Monday. It will be Gunther versus Javon Evans
That's right. That's right.
and Solo versus a mystery opponent.
That's right.
And here's the thing that I have a problem with. I love Gunther. I'm a Gunther fan. A lot of people don't like Gunther, and for those people that don't like Gunther, they just don't like old school wrestling. Because he's an old school heel. He's an old school worker.
Yes.
And so my one problem with this though, you have a kid like Javon Evans, Jay Malachi, as I know him as, my boy, my dog, is making his Monday Night Raw debut, if I'm not mistaken, correct? He's been on SmackDown. He's been on
I think so,
SmackDown.
yeah.
I don't think he's been on Raw yet. And we all know that he is not winning this match. He's not winning it. They're not going to bring back Gunther from the nose surgery, who is arguably one of the most dominant forces that has ever came out of NXT in the current era in Gunther, and have him lose his return match.
Yes,
And
he has.
it also he's competed on Raw.
Yes.
Okay.
They faced. He was in an August this year.
Okay. My bad, guys. And it makes me even scared because at the beginning of the year when this tournament was, or midway through the year when this tournament was announced, or when Cena announced, actually the beginning of the year when Cena announced, the end of last year, beginning of this year, when Cena announced his retirement tour, the name that kept popping up as Cena's final opponent in the dirt sheets and everything is Gunther. And I'm okay with it, and I'll tell you why, Drew, and you can tell me what you think. If Gunther is Cena's final opponent, because we know it's going to be for the IC championship, because Cena can't go out with the title if he loses. Have Gunther beat him, and who's the one man that's never held the Intercontinental Championship?
Sheamus.
Have Sheamus take it off Gunther. Because they have history as well, putting on one of the best matches of last year at Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
So let's have Cena lose. Let's not saying that Gunther isn't solidified, but that will add an asterisk to his career and add a boost to his career. What the streak should have done for somebody, and he'll be known as the guy that beat the shit out of John Cena and sent him packing. And then have Sheamus be like, you know what? I had two shots against you, and I brought you to your limit. Put that on the line one more time, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine. Have Gunther be the one to knock Sheamus out of this tournament. That way we have a story that if Gunther is Cena's final opponent, which I am okay with if they go this way, have the story be you knocked me out of the chance to put John Cena down. Now I'm taking you down and I'm becoming a Grand Slam champion. That to me makes the most sense. Out of the field that we've seen so far, Gunther's the only guy that I actually see winning this whole thing. And then you have that side story that he can build towards that Gunther and Sheamus rematch that would be for the IC title and would give Sheamus that Grand Slam title that he's never had. That's my thoughts on it. Do you like that? Do you still not like it? How do you feel about it?
I don't like the making Gunther a potential legend killer part 2.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like out of it.
Yeah.
But you're also forgetting Rusev is in this as well.
Yes.
And
oh my God,
if we could have Rusev and Gunther go at it somewhere in this tournament,
Gunther and
would be
in a triple threat.
Yeah.
Mm.
But who says the final opponent has to be 2 people?
That's what I'm saying. That's not been clarified.
Yeah. I mean, say something doesn't happen in the final round where someone doesn't interfere.
The double shoulder down. That's all you have to do. Double shoulder down spot.
Or something happens to where it ends up being a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
As his final match. But doesn't he still have 2 appearances left?
I think he either has 2 or 3.
And doesn't the
he has 3
team still need a 4th or potential 5th person in the War Games?
Yes, it's gonna be Cena. to me.
And that's the thing. And we could probably go on for more time, but we probably shouldn't. But I think the tournament itself, I don't want to see Gunther because he is already the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And that will probably likely never be broken.
No.
And I want to see Cena's final opponent either be Sheamus so that he can take the title from him and also become a Grand Slam champion, or it be someone that Cena has already had history with. So either Sheamus or Rusev or someone like that.
Yeah.
Just to continue a story. Or it be Lesnar so that he can get his revenge for his final match and get rid of that asterisk. His final match, he finally conquered the story, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
Whether he keeps the title or he vacates the title after, like Punk did. He won the match at Money in the Bank. He left with the title, and then the title was vacated on the next Raw or whatever. Something along those lines.
The greatest story WWE has ever told is the Summer of Punk story.
Exactly. So something along those lines.
Yeah.
But when you're talking like War Games, we found out Friday night McIntyre has joined the Vision.
Yep.
Which we kind of had a feeling that was going to happen.
No, he's not a full-time member, for those of you who are going to correct us. He's just on there.
Just for the match, he has joined that team.
Yep.
So they have 4 people.
Yep.
But when it comes to War Games, it's always 5 people.
Yep.
So they're going to need a 5th. And with Paul Heyman, likely it's going to be Lesnar.
Yeah. So let's do Lesnar on Team Vision, and let's do Cena on Team Cody or Team Punk.
But you still need a 5th on that team.
Damn.
And of all people, I can only think of one.
Oh, bro, that would be the most stacked War Games match of all time.
I can only think of one.
You got Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jey Uso. Well, no, because so you're saying they needed a 5th man. So I think on Friday, it was confirmed that they're gonna have Punk, Cody, Jay and Jimmy, and that 5th could be Cena.
Is it going to be Cena or would it be Roman? Because I know Roman said at the last pay-per-view he didn't want to see his cousins till Christmas.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
But
okay.
They're already promoting Lesnar and Roman on the WrestleMania poster.
Yeah.
So if they're already promoting both of them, there's a possibility that they could show up at War Games.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Or anything's possible.
Yeah. I believe that next Monday is what, the go home show, or no?
It's the Monday before War Games, ain't it?
Okay, so not this coming Monday, not like. Damn, it actually might be, because wait a minute, because today's the 15th as we're recording this. War Games is on the 29th.
Yeah.
So this Monday coming up is the
hold on.
He's over here. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. 15. Tomorrow be okay. So no. So Monday's the 17th. So this isn't the go home show. It would be the Monday after that. That's the go home show. Okay, so we still got a little bit of time. I'll wait for him to get back before we talk about, and then we'll close the show because we've been talking for a long time. I love.
All right. So it's Saturday the 29th of November.
Mm-hmm. And this Monday is the 17th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have
this next weekend is the AEW pay-per-view, and then the weekend after that is WWE.
Yeah, so we have about 2 weeks before War Games, correct?
Right.
Okay, So we have 2 weeks to figure out who those last two members will be, unless they're doing a 4-on-4 this year, which could be I don't know.
5-on-5, but anything's possible.
Well, didn't Drew make 5? Because you got Braun, Bronson, Logan, Drew. So that's
4.
4. Okay.
If you throw in Brock, that'd be 5.
Yeah, and then you throw in Roman, that would be 5-on-5. Okay,
Right.
so that could happen, but let's talk about that mystery man, and I'm gonna go first because holy crap, what I tell you, I popped so hard. It was a blast from the past. The only thing that I didn't like, he came out as Zack Ryder.
Yeah, but
Zack
yeah.
Ryder is dead. Zack Ryder is supposed to be dead. Let this man just be Matt Cardona for fuck's sake now.
But you saw the camera turn to that little boy holding a sign that said Matt Cardona for a half of a second. And then as soon as that camera went to that little boy and they read the signs like, oh, it says Matt Cardona, go to something else.
Go to something else. Here's the thing. Do I think this was him signing a contract with WWE? Absolutely. I do. Because his wife already works there. His wife is the Women's United States champion. There is no fucking way that they didn't call fucking Matt Cardona and say, hey, we're going to have you in this tournament, but it's going to be a one-off.
Dude, when she got that pie to the face, oh my God, the internet went crazy. Joe Hendry is a musical genius.
I love Joe Hendry so much.
And he did a small video with Matt Cardona. If y'all haven't seen it, it is hysterical. You will become a immature 13-year-old boy once again because Joe Hendry and Matt Cardona became 13-year-old immature boys with that video. It is hilarious.
I haven't seen this. When did this happen?
Like the night after she made the comment, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it.
It's gold. It is internet gold. Yeah, but no, it was great to see him come out there.
It was.
It's not the original music that I remember. So if
no,
they did
it's a revamped version.
I'm hoping it would have been the original.
Radio.
I really did.
It's one of the greatest theme songs of all time. I'll put it up there against any one of them.
But I was upset that he lost.
I was too. And here's
if he'd won it, then yes, I could see him signing a contract.
I think he still has some time with TNA left, from what I understand. I think he signed there. I don't know if he
signed a contract. Joe Hendry signed an official contract.
Yeah, so Joe Hendry, I think his contract with TNA ended, I'm pretty sure. And he has signed a multi-year with WWE, which we all knew was coming. Joe Hendry is arguably the most popular dude in professional wrestling right now.
Right now, yeah.
So, you know, I was happy to hear radio once again and hear woo, 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 woo. You know it, because that's a key part of my childhood, man. I was Z True Long Island Story and the Internet Championship and the whole Kane pushing him off the stage in a wheelchair is one of my favorite stories WWE has ever done. And to see him come back, it just put a big smile on my face. But, man, I wish he would have won. Because I can't stand fucking LA Knight. Because they keep trying to push this guy as a main eventer. And to me, John, you better have your headphones on for this one because you're going to get pissed off. He would go back down to NXT and I wouldn't care one single fucking bit.
Can I take it a step further?
Go ahead.
Send him to LFG.
Yes. So you agree with me that this guy is the most miserable guy on the roster, and when he shows up on my screen, I don't give a single fuck.
Send him to LFG or send him to AEW.
Let him be Eli Drake again, for fuck's sake. Like I don't care what they. And it's not that
do something because it feels like he's just not original. He's not himself.
Yes, and here's the
He
thing.
needs his own persona.
Yes,
I completely agree with Kevin Nash when he said it feels like he is a mixture of too many people and he can't be himself.
yes, and that's the thing. And I'm not saying I don't like the guy as a gimmick or as a wrestler, but in WWE, you have a guy who in Ricky Starks, and I call him Ricky Starks because that's what I've called him for years. Ricky Saints. I'm getting used to it. But Ricky Saints should be in the position that LA Knight's in. Because a lot of people call Ricky Saints a Rock ripoff. Ricky Saints has the charisma and his own gimmick that makes you want to pay attention. When somebody can do something this goddamn stupid and make it cool, come on.
Kind of
I
reminds me of Fandango. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, just
I can agree with that. But at least when he's on my TV screen, I give a shit. And to me, it feels like they're trying to keep this guy above water. He was the top merch seller for the longest time, and you should have put the belt on him then. But they're
yeah,
trying to keep him above water, and he's honestly fallen in that 2015 Roman Reigns category for me, as they're trying to push this guy as, yeah, he's a credible main event guy, but he's not. I could give a single fuck what he
yeah,
does.
yeah.
I could not care a less. And for him to be in this tournament in advance, I don't care. I don't care who he faces next. I don't care. He's not winning the tournament. He's not doing that. We all know that. But just have Cardona beat him, because this guy needs to be released. And it's not because he's a bad performer. He just needs to go and find somewhere where he can be himself, because he is a grade A Rock ripoff. Y'all want to call fucking Ricky Saints a Rock ripoff? LA Knight is the epitome of Stone Cold and The Rock put together in one human being. And he was
Throwing
over.
Michael and Randy Savage.
Yes. And he was over in 2023. We all loved it. Yeah. But it's just, it irritates me. Here's this
It's
guy.
it's kind of like how when Cena first came out,
Yeah.
and when they were about to let him go, but he had to come up with something new to revitalize his career.
Yeah.
It's that time for him, and he needs to figure something out soon.
Like the LA Knight train for me has already left the station.
When I was on that, getting off that train was when WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was supposed to have this massive entrance. It's WrestleMania. It's the
Yep.
WWE Super Bowl.
Yep.
He came out with a Monday Night Raw entrance.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do you just not care?
No. And I could give a single fuck. If I read a report tomorrow that LA Knight has been released from his contract, I'm not gonna lose any sleep. I don't care. I don't see nobody without a job, but go somewhere where you won't get lost in the fucking, because like honestly, man, he does not belong in the category with Cody Rhodes. He doesn't belong in a category with Roman Reigns. He doesn't even belong in a fucking category with the goddamn War Raiders, and that's saying something.
True.
Like, I'm just so fucking fed up with him being pushed down our throats. Like, I literally, every time the dude comes on my screen, okay, let me go get a snack. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. I could care less. But I'm excited for Monday. I think Monday is going to be a must-watch show.
Yes. We're not
For
missing it.
Gunther's return and that mystery opponent for Solo, that's going to be good. My
I'm
heart,
trying to do more mystery opponent deals, because I just let us know in advance, or just, hey, you'll find out who is going to face who. Not, hey, one person, not the other. Just, hey, we're going to have the next two people, something like that. Just let's move on with the actual tournament and type situation.
with what they pulled on Friday, I just thought about something. I think they're going to pull the Nick Nemeth card. It might be Ziggler. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out. I mean, they got my interest.
If they do it, he's got to win the match.
Yeah, he's got to. Because to me,
Like
he's
if they're gonna pull the card, pull it and he actually win the match, not pull it and just have the 10 minutes of being out there for the fans to have the nostalgia, and then that's it.
yeah. And I would honestly be pissed if Solo Sikoa beat fucking Nick.
They're in New York. They're in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, wait,
Oh
wait, wait.
no.
Wait a minute. Wait, 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 wait.
Isn't that where Jericho debuted? Was it in the garden? Hmm. Mm. Man, Raw is going to be freaking interesting. Of course, we also got the news this week, guys, that SmackDown is going to be moving back to 3 hours, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but kind of sucks for poor Braun Strowman because they just took his time slot. So,
no, he didn't debut in Madison Square Garden.
okay,
I
I
don't
don't know
think
why I thought
there's
that.
any significance for that. Like if anybody else made a surprise appearance or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like if Big E,
Oof.
AJ Lee could also make a surprise, and then you've got that trio back with Ziggler, Big E, AJ Lee, anything like that. But we will have to just wait and see on Monday night and go from there.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anything else you want to cover, or have we covered everything?
I just want to know, when is our other adorable, psychotic blonde, Liv Morgan, coming back? Because
I
she
would
is highly missed.
I would probably say the Rumble. I think they're gonna save that for the Rumble.
Yeah, because after seeing her at the Stranger Things 5 season 5 premiere, oh my God,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Shucky ducky quack quack.
yeah, she rewrote that definition for sure.
Shucky ducky quack quack, man. But that's interesting. You know, they've been planting the seeds that Roxanne is trying to take that spot for next. You know, the
Yeah,
question is too, when is
and,
Judgment Day done? I think
and
Judgment
when
Day
you
is
think
right at the
about it,
fourth.
Judgment Day holds no WWE gold right now
Mm-mm.
because you can't really count AAA gold around Dom's waist.
I guess to a degree we can. I mean, they do own the company, but
They
I see
do,
what.
but it's technically a AAA belt, not a WWE belt.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I really think Ray is going to win that belt at War Games.
Mm,
And then because Ray is probably going to spend more time wrestling under AAA
mm-hmm,
than WWE
mm.
to keep because he's more lucha than
Lucha Libre.
WWE when you think about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see him keeping historical roots and things like that there than WWE.
I mean, him
Um,
and Psychosis were the first people to
yeah,
bring Lucha Libre to the States in WC or in ECW. So,
right. So I
um,
could see him being caring to keep that belt there on that keeping it on the screen there than on WWE, just to give it more attention.
mhm,
But then that would literally mean there's no belts with Judgment Day.
yeah,
So I can see that splitting them up sooner than later.
yeah, it's definitely an
Great
interesting.
reason to bring Liv back even sooner.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time in WWE and in wrestling in general. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring this episode to a close. Uh, Thank you again, Drew, for joining me. This has probably been one of my favorite episodes we've ever done. I really enjoyed it. I thought we touched on a lot of great things. We had emotional moments, all in one. See you guys next week. Of course, I think we got some big things coming in terms of video games. So if y'all aren't following my main YouTube channel, Brotherhood Entertainment, and my Twitch, Brotherhood Entertainment 2, you need to go over there because I got some ideas in my head that I think you guys are going to like. Thank you again, Drew, for joining us. Hope you guys have a great weekend. As you're watching this, it'll be on Monday. But we record these on Saturdays. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys had a great weekend prior. And tune in next week as we discuss the fallout from what happened this week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And remember, don't fuck with the mafia.